Yep, we're live.
Yay.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick. Wait, no, that's the wrong show.
We are not scheduled to be here tonight, but we got back early from the convention, and everybody was jonesing, so we're putting together a quick little fluff game. Not fluff. It's still going to be important. Just not going to be any major plot stuff. This is what we call an open RP session, where the characters get together and just kind of hang out. Might see some NPCs, do a little shopping, just generally relax. We've got a nifty new layout you might notice. You can see the characters a little bit better, the art a little bit better. This is our 4-person layout. We're also testing out some new software. I'm assuming, since someone's yelled at me yet, that everyone can hear us on Twitch. Okay.
It's not saying it's broadcasting to me. It says it broadcasted for a few seconds, and that's.
Yeah, I can hear us on Twitch.
Yeah, we're not even that delayed, which is great.
That's
We're about
weird.
3.5 seconds, it seems like.
Yeah, that looks good to me.
Sorry.
And I like the little cycling of the sponsors and such.
Oh yeah, so we got the new nifty little thing that sponsors through, so everyone's logos are bigger, and we don't just try to cram them in down there. We got a lot of cool stuff going on. Wow, that is really not delayed that much at all. That's great. I like that.
No, it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's about 2.5, 3 seconds right now. That's like almost like watching yourself on just a slightly delayed button. You're like, oh, creepy and weird. I'm gonna get used to Streamlabs here because it's kind of all over the place. All right, we're doing okay here. I'm sorry, we're gonna be playing a little bit. Sorry, guys. All right, I'm back in the editor. You can still hear me, obviously. That's good. Okay, so because the goal is with this new setup, I should be able to edit a new scene. So if we need to get in the combat scene or something, I can get that set up without you guys here because we have a nifty new little combat scene that I'm hoping to debut tonight with not for combat, but to show off the new layout that actually is fully functional. Last time I showed it off, it wasn't functional, but yes, it's open RP. So we've got Oshin, our Furbolg Barbarian, Pesk, our Lizardfolk Cleric, Soxy, our Chitin Paladin, and Primeheart, our Goliath Cleric, here to entertain and I don't know what else.
Amuse you.
Entertain and amuse you. Yes.
Maybe some feels.
Oh, yes, feels are always fun too. I mean,
yes,
well,
I'm sure there'll be some feels. And if we happen to get another player or two, we will just kind of bring them on. I'll get the 5-person and 6-person layouts ready, and we'll go ahead and just add people as we go. Because it's that kind of night. We're just going to kind of just let them do whatever they're going to do. So
be careful. That's how you end up with all 16 of us in one call.
That's true.
We never had 16 in the previous game. We had all 11 at one point, and our open RP sessions were 8 to 10 on a regular basis. But that got a little stressful. Anything. Well, so I had some questions for you guys, actually, if you don't mind, a couple of quick questions.
Are they player questions or character questions?
They're player questions.
Oh, yeah.
I was wondering how you guys are doing with one of the questions, and I don't know if anybody else is curious about this. I don't know if anybody's watching right now, but I was curious how you guys, and this is what I do as a DM, as feedback, getting back from my players. You don't usually see this, but I just thought about it. I want to know how you guys are doing with the issue. In the previous game we ran a game called Tolus. You may have heard us talk about it, and we get yelled at by the players that weren't in it. We have 5 players that weren't in it. Actually, no, we have 6 players that weren't in it because not all 11 came over, only 10 came over. But we had kind of an issue with people feeling out of the loop because they only played 2 nights a week or maybe 3, but we had 5 or 6 sessions. So some people kind of felt out of the loop, especially the people that can only play 1 or 2 days a week. But we changed out how we do things in the background. You've got these Hobbes's tomes of transcription now, which are supposed to help alleviate that. And I'm wondering if it's helped.
I feel fairly well connected into what's going on because of that mechanic. I think is incredibly helpful.
Good. I agree. Yeah, having played in the last one versus this, it's significantly easier to keep track in this.
Well, also in this one, I think it's helpful because everybody gets at least 2 nights. except for Loki, who plays Lanik, who unfortunately only has one night available. And occasionally there's some weeks when only certain people have one night available. But for the most part, everybody is getting 2 nights. And in our old game, we'd have people that would play 5 nights, and then some people would only play 1. And I think it got a little bit more skewed that way. But here I'm trying to be a lot more meticulous about making sure everyone plays together. So, but all right, cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'll be putting more feedback out to the group. I also run this is a how to DM session with Logan. I also put out surveys every once in a while. And we're getting to that point when I should be putting that out. You guys just hit your first milestone. You played 100 hours to get to your first milestone. Just wonder how you feel about that. Not quite 100, and you didn't each individually play 100. I did, but you didn't.
Yes, I mean,
but Foxy and Pesk watched 100.
I was gonna say, Tessa and I watched most of the sessions.
Did I say Pesky and Socks?
No, you said Soxy and Pesk.
I did. Okay, because my brain immediately went. You just said Pesky and Socks.
Like the Pesky and Socks, like kind of adorable.
Pesky and Socks sounds like the cat and mouse duo, the next Tom and Jerry. It's Pesky and Socks.
Yeah.
It works, just instead of a cat and a mouse, it's a lizard and a bug.
Yeah, perfect.
It is perfect. All right.
Giant Bros is giant amount.
So far, everything is going really good. We've got no dropped frames. It's not using up a lot of memory or computer processing. Everything seems to be going good, and I like the layout because I can see everything, and I actually don't need the chat up separately because it's right here. It's all built in. So far, this thing is okay. I'm hoping we just had one hiccup last time we tried to use it. We've been live for 7 minutes. We have 4 viewers. See, I know all of that right here. It's amazing. Okay. Well, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys kind of take over. I'm going to be working a little bit, getting the new layouts and some of the other things done over here. And as you need me, let me know. There may be times, and I'll be very upfront about this, when I'm working on something, just because this night, normally on OpenRP, I don't do this, but this is kind of a 50-50 working in OpenRP. And if I'm working on something, I may ask you to repeat what you just said. I'll probably get the gist of it, but maybe not the particular question. So, but anyway, so where did you guys all want to be together? Did you guys have something in particular you wanted to do? Was there an NPC you wanted me to gear up and get ready for? Anything like that? Yes, Soxy.
Socks. Okay, then. Soxy wants to go see the goblins.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not ready for that just right away, but we can get to that.
Well, she had asked them to make a shield that she could hide a longsword in. So she wants to see if they got that done and touch base with them.
Okay. That's a great idea.
I'm always down for some goblin love.
I want to go see the goblins because I haven't met them in character yet, and I really want to.
What? You met
Boss briefly once last session. That was it.
And he tricked Patsy.
No, I was. I tricked Patsy. I was like,
well, you did, but you didn't meet Patsy.
I didn't say anything. I just ran onto the teleportation circle and left them in the tower.
To be fair, you were invisible, so.
Primeheart, do you have anything?
So it is mechanically the next day?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is, now that I think about it, because I think the name of that episode was Scatter, and I'm pretty sure most of you, half of the party left town for a few days.
Yeah, I mean, that's why that's fine, because he would have he pretty much, this is his before he goes off on a hunting venture with Pip. So
yes, yeah,
he probably would
be leave a little bit later,
trying to go to the individuals that he hasn't seen yet today. He briefly saw Pesk in the morning before he left, as he usually does, has breakfast and whatnot. But no, he's probably just trying to find people. I mean, today he's taking it easy. He called off of work. He went into Kurt and was like, "Hey, not available. Sorry." And then just chilling, just walking around for now.
Okay.
Pesk is always down for some goblin love. She has still been avoiding Afra since that sounded really bad.
Yeah, your phrasing on that could have been
sounded
better.
real- Pesca's always up for a visit to the goblins. There we go. I
No
did
judgment
not
here.
realize how that
I
was
knew
going
you.
to sound until it was out of my mouth.
I'm open-minded. You do you.
And
No.
yeah, just no, stop. She probably should check in at the Lightsmiths Guild because she hasn't been there in a while. She's been trying to avoid Afra since the whole lightning scar incident.
Okay.
But we'll see. Though she's probably going to be persuaded to go see the goblins instead because she's a little at least at the moment. Aside from that, it was all about making Prime Heart a good, healthy breakfast. And as I sat and chatted before he gets ready to go off on his hunting adventure.
All right.
Okay. Ironically, this just occurred to me, but the group of people who are here tonight are the 2 sets of roommates.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because Pesca's not left since the offer of Prime Heart's letting her stay with him for a couple of days, which has now been a couple.
Yeah, but no one blames her because they wouldn't want to go be with Afra either right now. She's kind of persona non grata for the whole group to a certain extent.
I don't think I've met Afra. I think I met Afra in character once too, but it was another I wasn't paying attention because that was the 3 points of exhaustion night, I think. So
Yeah, we're just dragging you along.
Yep.
You would all know that Prime Heart has already set up. He has never met Lannick, so he doesn't. He knows he's like read about Lannick, but never met Lannick. So he has like about 15 hammocks that he has made. That's pretty much what his money goes to, is like daily stuff and then making hammocks. So he has hammocks for every single person in case they want to come to his camp and be safe there, because it's quiet and serene and it's like off a trail, so it's difficult to get to if you don't know where to look for.
That's cool.
Pesca's definitely been enjoying sleeping in the hammock. It's a little bit. Beds are a little strange still. She's very much used to, like bed rolls and all that jazz.
It's a little weird probably at first because the way he sets it up is you're about 6 feet off the ground. But he has a reason for that because some things will come at you in the night. He doesn't want them to like come at you. But underneath every single hammock is like some soft dirt that he rakes every morning for pretty much everyone. Just in case you fall out of your hammock, you just fall into that soft dirt instead of falling on the hard ground.
It's greatly appreciated.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't
So-
have any real plans. Probably just following Soxy. So
And a date with Pimble if you can get it.
I have a key to his house. I can show up whenever I want.
Oh, that's right. I forgot
True.
he gave you a key.
Getting pretty serious, huh?
Damn. Yeah, we don't even have to ship Pinbolg anymore. It just is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Third marriage now is going to be Pimbolg. I'll do the ceremony. I don't
Come
care.
together to join these 2 men in holy Pinbolgamy.
I love it. I'm here for it.
I might be tired. Sorry. Also,
I'm
my
a
cat is
little
not taking no for an answer.
Okay, I'm a little punchy too. So
Do we meet somewhere? I assume at some point we do.
Yeah,
Kind of,
you guys can meet up. I mean, it doesn't matter. Whatever.
Yeah. Okay, well, we could start it off. I mean, Tessa and I have done a lot of the open role play because of Tolis. So,
Yeah, go for it.
okay, so Soxy joins Oshin in the kitchen. Morning.
Good morning.
I don't know what your plans are for today. I mean, I know I saw in the book it looks like we should probably lay low for a while after everything. But I was thinking of heading to go see the goblins because I wanted to see if they finished something that I asked them about. Would you want to go with me?
Yeah, I haven't actually met the goblins or actually left the city at all. So yeah, I'll go.
All right. We should probably swing by Prime Hearts and see if he or Soxy want, or I'm Soxy. Wow, Heather's tired. And see if he or Pesk want to go with us. Right there anyway.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Oh, by the way, and she'll hand you a bag. It's a little bit sparkly on the outside, but it looks like it's trying really hard to be contained. You left this in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to wear that today, so I'm just going to take it back to put it away. So, out of the city then.
All right. Have you been to Prime Hut's hut yet?
No. I'm pretty glad. I really wanted to see it out in the forest, you know.
All right. Trying to think what the quickest way is going to be. I mean, honestly, unless we're going to pay for it, there's not a quick way. It's the way the city's designed. But, all right, let's go this way. And she'll start leading you down through the streets. Do you want to take the ferries? Do you want to go the free route and just walk?
I don't mind. Either's fine with me. What do you want to do? Do you not want to take the ferry?
I mean, I've got a job now, but it's not exactly a high-paying job, really. Even though I'm moving my arms a lot, and she moves her big upper arms as well as her tiny vestigial middle arms that don't do much. I'm moving my arms around a lot, but I'm not exactly getting a lot of exercise with my legs. So maybe doing some walking would be good, actually.
All right, yeah, we can walk. That's fine with me.
All right, let's go then. Pesk and Primeheart, feel free to hop in at any moment.
So, I mean, all I'm saying is that if you're gonna go hunting, just be careful, okay? Because I know that you are very capable of taking care of yourself, but I worry about everybody. So yeah.
I'm more worried about Pip not doing it the correct way. It has to be in the name of Cora. There needs to be a practice to it. Can't just be savaging the damn thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, there is that.
But I'm not worried. Pip is very capable. I saw that yesterday. And I feel a kinship with him. Not the one that I haven't felt with many of the rest that we've been hanging out with. I'm not sure what it is, though.
I understand. I've hunted with Pip a few times. We actually ran into each other a little bit before we got to the city. And he does things in a very natural way, and that is what I feel is good anyway. I don't think you'll have much of an issue.
Good to know. Do you mind watching after Lash, though? I don't know if I want to bring her along.
I have no problem watching Lash.
She snores. You know that.
That's okay. So do I.
And the trees, they are tied up, so they won't leave the property. I know they tend to wander. I don't want them to, stray off the path too much. That feels kind of wrong, but I don't think that they. I don't know. I don't know how they feel about it.
But you're protecting the things that you care about, and that's fine.
It's true.
Yeah.
So the garden, don't have to worry about the garden. It's just taken care of. They know where to go for the water collection pots I have. Should be good.
And Lash and I are buds. We'll just chill. That's a very incongruous statement coming in this voice and in that vernacular over this setting.
That's all right. It's open RP.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
You kind of feel bad about not working. Have you ever like missed a day? You just like miss a day, but you're not sick. Not like, physically sick. You're just.
Yeah.
I don't have the mind to do it. I can't focus, and I just keep thinking about. I'll keep bringing it up. I'm so sorry for keep bringing it up. Just yesterday was exhilarating,
awful,
frightening.
Yeah.
I care so much, and I had to walk away, and it was in the back of my mind. I was right there. I'm pretty sure that was the king. I don't know. I never thought to ask.
Yeah. I
But
don't
it
know
was
what
a wolf.
it looks like.
It was a wolf, and then it was a gnome.
I mean, they say that he never leaves his castle, so. But then he is for this thing coming up, and it's entirely possible.
Dreet told us that it was supposed to be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks from now.
Oof.
Wolf indeed. Not to worry though. We got this. We're a strong, capable amount of people.
Yep. We we look out for one another. That's good. And those who are much smarter than I am, which is I think everybody, will know how to best plan, and I can help execute.
What the hell was that about?
What?
What? Who's smarter than you? You're the smartest person I know. Why are you laughing? I'm uncomfortable now.
Tessa was laughing.
Do I have a bad sense of personhood? Do I not have a good insight on? I don't know. You have a moral intelligence.
Moral intelligence, yes. Pest's actual intelligence is an 8. So I was like, oh no.
Same as my wisdom.
Same.
Having such a high wisdom, and I have a 10 intelligence, so I'm not too much greater. But having like your wisdom, he knows wisdom, so he knows wisdom. So wisdom is intelligence to him.
That's true.
Non-mechanically.
Yeah. That I have a decent.
Well, I mean, I'm good at knowing, the whys and the why we should do things, but sometimes the actual practication of like book knowledge I have an issue with.
These kids nowadays in their books, I don't follow it. I don't follow it.
I mean,
Experiencing having this arcane tome here, great. I know what's going on, but to not experience it, I need to experience it to actually get a feel for it. And when I read about it, I feel like I'm missing out.
Now I'm just picturing like Peskin Prime Heart standing, leaning against a building, watching a bunch of people walk by with books. Just look at them, those damn readers and all their paper cuts.
Walking around and staring at their books, not looking at the people in front of them.
I mean, what kind of connection are they going to make with one another if they stare at their books all day?
I know. Oh, and look at that one. Just stepped in a puddle. Ugh.
You gotta be careful. He's gonna walk right off the dock into the lake. Won't even know what happened. And then what will you do with that book? Put it in some rice.
Paper mache.
It's sad, really.
What is society coming to?
Out of character, I once walked into a dead deer by reading a book. Just putting it out there.
I don't know that I've managed. I've walked into a couple of poles while reading a book, but I don't think I've managed a dead deer. That's a new.
Come to Pennsylvania, they're like rodents. They're
Oh.
everywhere. You feel bad until you see a deer every morning, and it's like, oh, they're there. Oh, they ate my roses. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for. Can't have a garden. Oh, thanks.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever walked into anything while reading. I had one of my friends walk into me because she didn't see me.
I also have an actual perception of like nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, yeah.
In my case, it's just because she's 5'10" and I'm 5'1". She was looking above my head and literally ran into me because she didn't see me.
Logan likes to joke with me when we go grocery shopping because I won't see something. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that there was like a deal on or a big version of that. He's like, yeah, because it's 1.5 feet above your head and you just don't look up. I'm like, well, yeah.
If you can't reach the shelf, why bother looking at it? Unless there's a nice tall person in the aisle. Because I've lost track of how many times I've been like, I'm really sorry to bother you, but I'm short and you're not. Can you help me?
Can you help
A
me?
blessing and a burden, really.
I'm just good at the like
Being tall?
catching
Yeah.
things you.
Yeah.
I'm just good at the like catching things you knock off of shelves thing. So I do the like thing where you knock it off a shelf and then catch it really fast. So.
Yeah, I'm good at
Tongs.
that too.
You go grab tongs or a mop from another department and be like, all right, I'm getting this shit down.
I have foot-long chopsticks that are for cooking, like in large pots. I'll straight up use those and like cook something off the top shelf in the kitchen.
Yep, that's usually how it goes for me. These days, Kendall, can you reach that? Which is, I mean, dear
It's kinda
teenager.
sad.
Yeah, it does make me a little sad.
I have the dexterity of a baby giraffe. Nope. I scramble around wherever I walk. Yeah. Imagine that. Imagine a baby giraffe trying to catch anything. No, not going to happen. Walking around. Nope. Kicking everything, falling over my own feet. Yep. Still.
I drop things a lot, but I'm so used to dropping things I can catch it really fast. So like, I got the save unlock, I guess.
I got that on lockdown.
Your dex is low, but your proficiency bonus applies.
Oh, that's a good way of putting it.
Yep.
So pretty much just making tea, and he has these almond crackers that he had gotten from the tea garden. That he has that, and he has some fig compote that he's putting on top of it and just sharing it. He spies the figs. Yeah.
Pesca's very happy. This is tasty noms.
Okay. Hello? Are you guys home? Hello?
So
Sounds like company.
Oh, good. They followed the trees, and he walks out. Hello? Who is it?
It's Soxy.
I'm Oshin. I'm here too.
Oh, good. Hey, how y'all doing?
I'm all right. How are you doing after yesterday? I saw the writing in the book. Sounds a bit concerning, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably won't see a lot of us after. After yesterday. Obviously, I'm here. I don't really leave too much. But seeing anyone around town that's not hiding in their houses is probably going to be a thing. Yeah, it was pretty horrible. One thing to read about it, another thing to actually be there. And I'm pretty sure we were promised one nocturne.
Sorry.
One nocturne. Ha ha ha.
One's fine, but whatever.
Yeah,
Information is tricky.
well, that's true. But also since they can go invisible and everything, Zreet must have thought there was only one that was going to come by, and then she didn't see the other one because she can't, and then all of a sudden it's there, and then you've just got to fight it, and you've got to hope, and well, oh shit.
Well, I'm
Or
not
she
blaming
was
anybody.
given bad information.
I mean, it's difficult. Like she said that they had left town or carted away. I took that with a grain of salt after yesterday, to be honest. I'm convinced that every corner there's a nocturne just invisible hiding there. That's why I can't be in the city anymore.
It's not impossible, I suppose.
They're very quiet. Unusually quiet.
They're blowing buildings up and then they're nice and loud.
Oh, do y'all want tea? I have some tea brewing.
All right.
Yeah.
I will
Like a
serve out.
house.
Thank you. House is a strong word, but it's a word all the same. More of a camp.
It's a very nice dwelling.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's very cozy.
You'll notice that today the trees have little bow ties on them. It's just because I like to, decorate them a little bit.
Very homey.
A few more months, I'll be
yeah.
stringing some like garland on them. That'd be really nice.
All right. Yeah, I like the brown one you've got on that one on the left. It really matches the pine cones.
Thank you.
Can you talk to the trees?
Sure can. Can't you?
Yeah.
The trees.
You can't say shit like that and not expect half of a song to come out.
Right. I'm hearing like old school Rex Harrison, Dr. Dolittle in my head. If I could walk with the animals, oh, just picture it. Except the trees. If I could talk to the shrubbery, oh, just picture it.
I mean, technically,
Did we lose sound?
we can all talk to the trees. They might not understand you, but
That's very true.
that's kind of where I'm coming from,
That's
Moshi.
fair.
I get up and move over to the trees and just start saying things to them. Hello, trees. How are you? Wait, like moving
Can you
back
guys
and
hear me?
forth the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I know you're used to ignoring me, but that's not a good time.
Saxy comes over behind Oshin. Hello, trees. Have you heard about my boyfriend Pinball? He's got this really shiny beard.
I don't think that they can understand you. They can understand me though. That seems to be a thing. I'm not really sure how.
Fine, it's all right.
Yeah, I just keep talking to the trees for a little bit because I can talk to trees.
Of course you can.
Yes.
It's one of my racial features.
Yes, you're at home.
What are your racist features? What?
One of my racial features I can communicate with, but not understand plants and animals.
All right.
I can compel them, but I have to back you fiend, also be my friend. Hold my cross up. The power of Christ compels you to, be my
Power
friend.
of Korra compels you. The power of Korra compels
There you
you.
go.
Oh goodness.
So, what are you all doing out here?
I live here.
I didn't.
Well, we wanted to say hi to you, and then also I wanted to go see the goblins because I had asked them to make me a big shield that I could hide my longsword in, and Oshin hasn't met the goblins yet, except for the other day when you guys ended up in Pinball's new house.
Yep.
Although
Yeah,
it sounds less like you met them and more like you tricked Patsy.
it wasn't hard.
No, Pinball wasn't there.
Poor Patsy.
Um,
He's so sweet.
I met another one too. The
Can you guys
boss?
Oh, boss. He's very bossy.
hear that? How do you
Yeah.
guys hear that?
I don't know, but we hear it. It sounds very
Oh.
Muzaki.
Okay. Well, that's just a song. It always sounds that way.
I don't know.
That's
Yeah, I
pretty
mean,
good. That's as good as we had it before. Okay, but the audience can't hear it yet, so I got to add that. But you can hear it, and for some reason, I can hear it. But
Yep.
you're not hearing it double, right?
No.
Oh,
No.
I'm so excited. Okay, all right, go ahead.
The DM has new toys.
Well, it's working the way it's supposed to.
I'd be happy to go visit. I like seeing Patsy and Boss.
it's been a while since
But-
one of them blown themselves up in my forest. So
They're not.
Or some in a pigtail.
yeah, I mean, it's not my forest. I want to say that right now. I misspoke. It feels like my forest because I'm the only one of our friends that actually spends time here other than Pesk now. But pass the word on. You are all welcome here.
All right.
It provides really, really tasty snacks.
Thank you. I do work at a, cafe. So. Perks.
Yeah, some of the plants there are really tasty, but I don't think Kurt likes it when I chew on them.
I mean, I've noticed that. Have you been chewing on the plants? I noticed that. I thought it was. I don't know what it was. I thought it was, but
There were some really big bites taken out of that succulent.
Well, I mean, I was planning to take the whole piece off, but then he didn't get that mad at me. I mean, he asked me to stop, so I stopped. But I mean,
probably being very
Can I
short with
listen
you.
to
Huh?
the stream real quick? If I do it,
Yeah.
it's going to start looping. And see if they can hear the audio, the music. I can mute it for us. Sorry, hold on. No, I can't. Anyway,
I hear music still, so if you muted it for us, then I'm hearing it on stream.
all right, hold on. I can mute it for us. I'm muting it. It's muted for us right now.
I hear it on stream.
But only, I mean, you only would have heard it for a few seconds. But
Yeah.
so theoretically, that's set up now.
Nice.
So it works perfectly now. So when we go to our break, the audio will not be there, but the
Music will be,
yes,
so that they're
the
not listening
music
to
will.
nothing.
Yes, because I was double checking because I got the music piping through Discord, the second Discord, to you guys, but not to me, even though I still hear it there, which is weird. Oh, because I'm hearing it over here where you guys are. It worked better than I thought. Okay, perfect. I'm very
Oh
excited.
crap! I should have put my mask on for tonight.
Oh yeah, what a good introduction. So basically, I have your audio coming to me through my Discord, and then my audio goes through the other Discord and plays to the computer to the stream. And then the music comes through that Discord here for me to hear and for you to hear, and the audience gets it separate. So when we switch over to the rotation, we can now play music into the rotation and other scenes.
Radical, bro.
It's perfect.
Cool.
And we couldn't have done it with XSplit, although XSplit has served us well up until now. It was suggested that I not put down other products on the stream, and I went, "That's really a good idea." And
We love you, XSplit, mostly.
we love you so far as you've gotten us.
I like how you're saying that though, like we've been using it forever because we've been playing so much, but we've literally
100
only
hours.
been using it for like 2 weeks.
3 weeks. Come on now. We're almost 4. We're at episode 18. This is our 4th week.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah. So a level a month. That means 17 months, which is right about on target for what I was thinking.
Oh boy.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
God, I love this game.
Yeah.
I love you guys so much. All right.
We love you too.
Yeah.
I am good here, and I can talk to you while it's open, and I'm using it. And it doesn't do weird things. I love this software. Just don't screw it up. Okay. All right. Seems to be working fine. So continue, and when you guys are ready to go to the Gerblins, I think I'm ready too.
Well, I know I'm happy to go to the goblins because it's well, I mean, easier to go there than go work at the lightsmiths for a bit.
Oh yeah. How's that situation going with what's her face?
I've been avoiding her. I'm not ready. I mean, I've still been going and doing work, but I've been timing it around when I know that she's going to be in her office.
All right. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, she's not exactly my favorite person right now. Honestly. I don't think she's a horrible person, but I'm not exactly thrilled with her at the moment. I mean, Saldana almost got killed.
Yeah, still pretty salty.
Yeah. I'm definitely not particularly pleased, and Zyler is definitely on my shit.
Most assuredly.
Yep.
All right. Well, I mean, you guys were finishing breakfast, but do you want to go see the goblins after that?
Yeah,
I'm ready to go whenever. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
That means
Yeah, I
Ocean
mean-
can finish his discussion with the trees too.
The goblins are not going to be mad at me, are they?
Nah.
For what?
Oh,
All right.
for tricking Patsy.
Yeah.
Did Patsy notice?
I don't know. Did he?
They don't seem to really care about much except for, I mean, they're probably, not saying they're simple-minded, they're very intelligent. But they don't really hold grudges that I've seen.
That's good.
All right.
As a
well,
note, Oshin, I just want to tell you, I've noticed how close you've been getting with Pimble, and if he ever pops the question, or if you ever pop the question, only know that I will 100% provide that ceremony for you. Just want to say that, okay?
Oh.
I know it's kind of fast,
but
but things come. I've seen it. I've done a lot of, marital ceremonies. So,
Soxy has her pinchers up over her mouth like this.
as a friend,
yeah. Okay.
I would love to be a part of that. You know what I mean?
Keep that in mind.
Please do. Please keep me in mind.
Just kind of her tail up over her mouth, like holding on to it, like, oh, this is amazing. It's so cute and I love it.
Yeah, Soxy's got her hands crossed over her mouth like, oh.
Paramount notices, looks across to each of you and looks at the trees and spins it. Just turn around. Just go back to your work. Stop staring at me. Those trees are so nosy.
Nosy trees.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a fantastic idea.
Putting it out there.
I like pinball a lot. I realize that you're probably not quite at the marriage point yet, but I suppose it pays to be prepared.
Yeah, I don't think that I'm going to bring that up because that's a weird topic of conversation. But if it does come up, I'll let him know.
I just want you to be happy, Oshin. That's all. I want you to be happy.
I am, thank you.
Good to know.
Sorry, guys. I was trying to adjust that sound. Can you guys hear the music still?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. So the input volume in voice settings, I have it at 0%, but it's still playing. Isn't that supposed to cut it off completely?
I would think so.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, but okay. Jesus, why is it
That
doing
got
that?
louder.
That's lower than it usually is. I think it's just a song. I'm gonna change the song. Sorry.
Freaky.
I gotta find an audio player that I can level the sound out.
All right. So to Green Iron Village.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Do you know the way?
Yeah, I think I remember how to get there from here. Wait. Did Soxy go to the Goblin Village? I must have at one point, but I don't know. Pesk led us there.
Yep. I can do it again.
All right. A goblin in we go. A goblin in we go.
We are so punchy tonight.
Yep.
Alrighty.
That's okay. Our friends will watch later and be amused. That counts for
Yes.
something.
It's
Yeah.
best.
Do you want to know the story about the figs?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Sure.
Well, apparently, this entire forest is inhabited by fae. And it's important for you to walk through the forest having a fig, because once you get to the center of the forest, you cannot find your way out unless you are holding a fig. It's very important. And once you do get out, just drop the fig before you leave the forest as an offering. And the fae will remember that.
Hmm.
And he passes out a fig to each of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's a cool story. Is it? She kind of looks around the forest. How much of it is true?
I saw a pig with tentacles. Pretty much anything can happen in this forest.
That's an excellent point.
That's fair.
Thanks.
That's very.
It seems, you know, keeping that fae sort of people come through the forest, and he kind of like touches his ears. Some do. Some come through to hear, you know.
Do you speak Sylvan?
No, I speak Elvish.
Wow, okay. I hear whispering sometimes and I can't understand it.
That's interesting. Do you speak Elvish?
No, no. All I speak is giant.
Oh, I speak Giant too.
I speak Draconic.
That's good to know. Hopefully there are no
Dwarven.
dragons. Really? Soxy, I don't really know what you speak. Do you speak any languages
Well,
special?
I mean, the Chitons have their own language. It's very different from anything that you all speak. It doesn't make the same mouth sounds because we don't have lips.
I noticed that. It's
Yes. Speaking common takes a lot of practice.
you're very good at it.
Thank you. I do speak. So I speak Chiton. I actually do speak Sylvan, and I speak Gnomish, and I speak Celestial.
You know a lot.
Damn. All right. Well, yeah. You hear whispering. You know, keep an ear out or whatever.
Antenna.
Perfect.
Oh, and these. She touches her side horns. These protect my my sensing. I don't know the common word for it. They protect one of the places where I sense things, so that it can't get hit, because it would hurt a lot.
I understand that. I've been hitting my ears a lot.
Imagine that doesn't feel good.
Yeah, I've been told that's painful, but I don't have them, so I'm not sure. I don't like it when things hit my antenna that I don't want to, so I'm assuming it feels similar.
Like hitting your elbow really hard. I don't know.
She holds up her arms that have like extra joints. What? Sure.
We'll figure it out. We're a motley crew. It's really enjoyable.
You're interesting in very, very many different ways.
I'm not molting yet. That happens in a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you are molting, is it kind of like my shedding?
A little bit. I think it's mostly my wings. My rest of me, and she taps her arm, and it probably makes like a. I'm almost picturing kind of like when you tap a crab shell, like that sort of noise, but probably on a deeper scale because she's much bigger.
Mhm.
My
Sounds about right.
yeah, my skin, my plating. I mean, it's really that doesn't really shed unless some of it gets torn off, and then sometimes I can regrow a little bit of it. But the shedding, it's mostly my wings. They molt once a year. Here, and she turns around and like moves her shield off her back and opens her wings for you guys, and her wings are very iridescent and sort of a really pale green
It's beautiful.
and like
Very pretty.
pink to green reflective iridescence sort of situation. So if you look closely down near the base, you can see there's that sort of purple fleshy coating sort of thing that looks like it protects the wings. So that gets worn out after a while, I guess, from constantly opening and closing your wings and all that, and exposure, because it's protecting the wings that are more sensitive. So sometimes that sheds once a year. They've got a name for the shed that comes off it, actually. It's called velvet cast.
Oh, that's what that guy was looking for.
Yeah, that's why I told Owen that I could get it for him, but it's going to be about a month or so till I shed it, so I can't have it before then. But on the plus side, I don't do anything with that, so as soon as I shed it, we could sell it to Juice for something we need.
Excellent.
That's odd that someone would want to keep that.
Yeah, I don't want to ask, but there might be some kind of alchemical properties to that.
It's very possible. I mean, I cannot stress enough to you how much of it I've just thrown away over the years because it's just a thing that we deal with. It's like it's like when O'Sheen trims his beard. It's it's just there, and you just get rid of some of it because you don't need all of it.
Yeah.
So if you guys want it for anything, I don't care. I just have to. I mean, obviously, we need to wait till I actually shed it because ripping it off would feel very bad. And she closes her wings back up.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Clean as a baby.
I only shed when I grow, so there's probably not going to be much more of that happening. I might lose a few scales every now and again, but they come back.
Yeah, it's kind of the same for me. I mean, I've lost little bits and pieces, and she like points at a couple spots where it looks like this. The armor doesn't quite match with everything else, but it tends to grow back after a little while.
My clutch mates were saying that once you're full grown, you tend not to shed again until you've had children, because then your scales need to expand and then you'll shed afterwards. But that's long times away from me. So
Oh, you lay clutches too?
yes.
Yep. We chitons lay clutches. We're usually, well, I mean, it can vary. Sometimes a clutch is just one, but that's not too often, and it can go all the way up to 4 or 5 depending on the clutch.
Oh, so few.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of us. Well, I guess, I mean, there's not that many, I suppose, compared to the city, but considering we're on a smaller island, there's not as much space. I've read that and heard that sometimes the royal cast can have more than that, and that's one of the reasons they're the royal cast, but I don't remember exactly what the number was. It was a lot higher, though.
We typically will have of clutches up of in between 6 and 7 fairly normally, but not many lizard folk survive past childhood, so that's why we have so many, and then usually anywhere between like 1 to 3 actually survive.
Oh.
It's a harsh environment.
Oh. Yeah, I could see that, I suppose. Lamina would... I guess it could be, but I know there's like nurseries. I think that's the right common word. Nurseries, where people will take care of the babies when they hatch and stuff, and there's family units, but it's all matriarchal, so you follow your mother's line, and other females that are in your family line will help take care of you, so there's a lot of protection.
Oh, that's very interesting. I think it's always fascinating the differences between cultures when we come from such different locations in the world, and that there are still some similarities.
Yep, the Ferocia matriarchal too.
Really?
Yep. Not exactly sure why the two dominant races on Lamina are both matriarchal, but they are,
Why
and
not?
it's kind of cool.
Women are strong as hell.
That's
Yeah.
right. It works well too because it makes it a lot easier to track the family lines. You know, you can fake a lot of who you slept with to get pregnant, but it's really hard to fake who you gave birth to.
True.
Yeah.
This is all incredibly interesting. I'm just captivated. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, no problem. And if you want some to try experimenting on it or whatever you'd like to do, I can give you some of the velvet cast when I shed it later.
I didn't want to ask. I felt like that would have been really wrong thing to ask. But
Oh
okay.
no, it's fine. I really don't mind. It's it would literally be on the same level as if Oshin cut off a piece of his beard and you were like, "Hey, I want to try this magic spell. It won't hurt you. Can I try playing with it?"
Or if when I comb my hair and some of it comes out because I have lots of it.
He does. It's all over the couch.
You shed. That's kind of cute.
I mean, most people do. I think I do a little bit more though because I have.
No, I don't.
Well, I
Well,
mean, to
yeah.
be fair, I mean, it's only really bad when you fall asleep on the couch because you toss and turn a little bit and then it gets on everything.
Yeah, that does happen. But I mean, I can't really help it. It just sort of happens.
No, I move around a lot in my sleep too. My hay ends up everywhere.
At least you can find some common ground. That's good.
Yeah.
We've got quite a few in common.
As can I just gush about our deities? That and food. A lot about. In fact, there's a lot we have in common too. It's kind of interesting.
It's nice to have something in common with your roommate, I think. It makes it easier to get along because you're not constantly fighting over things that don't matter.
Yeah, but at least,
Yeah.
but I mean, but being just different enough so that there's always something new to talk about.
That's true. All right. So, How much further is it to the goblins, do you think?
Well, right there is where they usually do their experimentation, so it should be pretty close. You can tell because it's the burnt clearing. Yeah.
Oh, is that? And she points at like some dried blood that's a weird color up on the side of one of the trees. Is that from the pigtato?
Oh yeah. I didn't really point it out because people aren't really like it, especially people who I provide weddings and funerals for. But next time you come back to my camp, just look up and you'll see the skull of it. Freaky. But yeah, that's where it would have been. That was, I mean, when you swarm something, it goes down quickly. But if I didn't have everyone with me, that would have been difficult.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Swarms are pretty good for that sort of thing.
That's about last night. We swarmed the one. If it was just one, we would have been fine. But
yeah,
what it is.
Well, I'm glad you're all right. Well, I mean, alive. I'm glad you're all alive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm very concerned, though, considering that the king showed up. That's not good. I mean, granted, you guys had managed to take down one of his, big bad enforcers, but still, the fact that he showed up in himself makes me very concerned.
I didn't interact with him. It could have been an illusion, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
Maybe he's just getting used to being out of the castle. I don't know why he would, but maybe he just wants to come down. It's been 15 years.
DM, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure. I'm good to go at this point. I think I'm all caught up.
Okay. It was daytime when I saw King Corpse, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Overcast, of course. The whole
Yeah.
city is always overcast.
Yeah. Okay.
King Corpse, by the way, is a great nickname for him.
I
like
approve.
I still like Bloodfang better because it's.
Oh,
Like,
I do.
It's like
I
calling
just-
a Bodie McBoaterface. It's like so redundant. It's ridiculous. But in D&D, vampires can go out in the day. They just have to make checks, and they lose some of their abilities. So there's no like I'm gonna just be destroyed in the sun after 2 seconds type of thing, especially with particularly powerful ones.
Which we know he is.
Yes.
Oogie.
That's
Yeah.
unfortunate. I like the idea of him bursting into flames in the sunlight.
He will.
Yeah.
Give it a month.
Well, we have to figure something out in 14 days.
We floated a lot of ideas. I don't think any of them that are actually viable. I don't think we can pull corpse bride logic or anything else that we said, but
Yeah, well, I'm only half kidding when I say that whenever Soxy figures it out, she's planning to go home and brew like a bathtub's worth of holy water for Saldana to like soak herself in for 3 days before the wedding.
That's a lot of silver.
She hasn't purchased anything yet. I still have all her money except for like what I've used on the ferries.
ceremony could make holy water apparently because the description is right there.
Yeah. And I know how expensive it is.
Yep, it can.
Well, yeah.
Well, all things to think about in the future. But today is for Goblin.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, let's go see if they finished some of the things we were asking them to work on. I mean, I'd love to see if they could hide my longsword in their shields.
Mhm.
I'm so tired of not having a weapon.
I'm so tired of having to beat things off with a crowbar. It does not work very well.
Phrasing. But yeah, I feel you. Phrasing as well.
The dagger's not going to help much better. The dagger's not much better.
This episode of Countless Chronic Heroes brought to you by weirdly sexual phrasing.
What about a walking stick? Could you use a walking stick?
Thought about
To beat someone off with.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be kind of painful.
There's a different kind of chittering coming from your face, Ox. I'm not sure what you're... Is that laughter? Are you laughing?
It's laughter.
I like it. So yeah, this is where the goblins are.
I got stuck on something real quick. 1 second.
Let's be quiet. Let's be slow about it. Let's talk about it more.
So, before we go in, what kinds of things do we have to offer them in trade if they can make us things or if they have made us things? I mean, I've got a little bit of money and that's pretty much it.
Well,
I have some money.
we did go and get them all that sulfur that they wanted, in exchange
that's
for what
true.
we did. And I did give them, I believe, almost 3/4 of a pigtato.
That's true.
I've been holding on to this Zozo's juice. I'm not sure. I wanted to keep it because I wanted to burn down the king's house, but then I figured that wouldn't be enough.
I have some,
Oh,
I have some glitter. Maybe they want to take that.
maybe. I wonder
we can
what
make a
would
glitter bomb.
happen
Gotcha.
if we mixed Zozo juice with holy water.
I have not tried that. Because if
Do you think it would burn extra? Because I like that plan.
I'm good to try. Do any of you know if they're still selling it?
I don't know. I'd have to ask. I'd have to ask Ivy when she gets back. Afra
Maybe.
Afra had taken a couple bottles. Maybe she doesn't need all of it.
Well,
That
that's
would involve
true.
finding Afra, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I know where she is, but
Maybe we could get the goblins to make us something that sprays holy water at him. So, like, something that Sildana could hide in a dress, or like behind her bouquet thing that she's gonna have. Oh no, wait, sorry, we don't know that yet. Heather's
Oh, like
brain
Yeah.
crossing with Soxy's brain.
Nope.
like a
No,
like a
that was
little
good.
flower on the collar that people go up and smell, and then you like squirt something. It goes. Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, exactly.
It
And then
does
we could
what
lace
now?
it with some.
Just checking.
We could lace it with some of the Zozo juice, so it'd be spicy, painful, plus holy water all over the Vampire King, and we could watch him like melt.
I read about, were any of you there at the farm? I read about these people with a spider tattoo, I think, that had these crossbows that shot magic.
Everything you just said was wrong. The word farm was the only thing you said that was right. And the word spider.
Yeah, I remember reading something about that. They had something. It was a word I'm not real familiar with. Gun.
Yeah. So yeah.
Crossbows,
Sophie-
yeah.
That shoots water.
Crossbow, sword, gun.
Maybe that's what they were.
Yeah.
Magic, arcane missile, crossbow sword.
But yeah, maybe we could get them to make us something that will spray water at someone, and then we could use that to attack the king with it at whatever event it is that he's going to be at.
Whenever he's walking around the town again, because that's what I think is going to happen. He's going to come back out and say, "Stop doing what you're doing. This is my city." I don't know.
We can call it a super soaker.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that would be accurate. If we fill it with holy water, it's technically a holy super soaker.
I mean,
Zozo's holy art super soaker. Okay.
The Zozoka?
The Zozuka. I like that.
Oh, Zozuka.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I like
Done.
Suzuka.
The hard part is out of the way. We've named it. So now we can go and create this thing, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Someone we can make it ourselves, or we can have someone make it.
I mean, Finku's really good at tinkering too. So maybe if Tinker and Finku put their heads together and became Tinku, they could do it.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
All right, well, let's go see if they've got what we asked for done, and then we could see about commissioning something else.
Sounds good.
So Cora is the
Just finishing up something.
Cora is the goddess of the hunt and harvest. So that kind of everything. So when I say that I only eat meat that is blessed by Cora, I mean that before I take that shot with my bow, I have to pray to Cora, and if that slays the creature or at least brings him down, it has been blessed by Cora. Do you understand?
Oh,
that's
all
nice.
right.
I mean, I don't eat any at all because I don't like. I can talk to animals sometimes, so I don't like the idea of eating something that I can talk to. But that makes sense, especially than just sort of take it out and eat whatever.
Admittedly, I share your sentiment. I don't really hunt things very often. I'm mostly a gardener.
Yeah, I don't mind eating a little bit of meat every now and then, especially because, I mean, Titans kind of eat everything, but we mostly eat plants. That sunflower that I got from Mari was really tasty yesterday, the other day. She seemed a bit surprised when I stuck the end in my mouth and started eating it, though.
I understand
Well,
why.
I don't think
I've
I've ever.
seen farmers do that with wheat. I'm not sure what they get from it, but they put like wheat in their mouth and then just lean against their bales of hay. Talk about what goes on in the day.
Maybe they're trying to look cool.
Do you think it looks cool? Should I do that?
I eat many things.
We know.
Yeah.
And we love you for
I've
that.
seen you eat the egg tubes.
To be fair, I've eaten a couple of egg tubes also. I mean, I'd rather eat the meat and the vegetables, but the egg tubes are doing a pinch.
I've also seen Rosie eat a lot of them.
I think Rosie eats more than I do.
I think
Which
she
is
might.
scary. Where does she put it all?
I don't know. She's so small.
Maybe she's got a hollow leg, and it all just goes into her leg, and where she's got like a second stomach that digests it all. Either that, or her
Maybe.
entire body is just all stomach.
Goblin anatomy would be very, very strange then. I suppose it's possible.
Maybe she's a pack
Like
with
all-
some kind of like
all-
demon or something.
Oh, she's feeding the demon at the same time. Got it.
Oh.
Ah,
That seems unlikely.
yeah, I don't really think that any of our friends would have made a pact with anything evil. No one seems to be that sort.
I don't know. I met y'all.
That's right. Yoth would.
That's
No one else, though. For sure, no one else has made any pacts with anything at all.
And Owen really creeps me out. I'm not sure what goes on with him. He's always so.
Really? I thought he was sort of boring.
It's always the boring
He's pretty
one.
to look at, but he's not really. I don't know.
He's
And
the
you're
right
not
kind of
just
human.
biased.
No, I think that he's really pretty to look at, so I understand. But he was just sort of, I don't know, drinking coffee and eating boiled chicken.
All right. So none of this is working, so I'm going to let it go for now and come and play some games with you guys, which is what I prefer to do. Somebody came in and said hi.
That's Chad.
Hi.
Oh, hey,
Hi, Chad, if you're still listening.
Hello, Chad.
Was he saying anything interesting, or just?
Talking about holy super soakers. Very interesting.
Oh, I like that
Yes.
idea.
And he was talking about the crossbow that shoots swords, and then he was surprised to find out we'd actually commissioned something that does exactly that.
Excellent. All right. So,
I'm gonna follow the marks. Oh, look, there's one.
all right. So you start to approach. You come to the large clearing, and in front of you is the goblin encampment. The very nice, very pretty, actually slightly decorated because it's Friday and tonight is the Goblin Dance.
Oh, that's right.
And they've got
My
that
God,
night
it
going
is
on.
the Goblin Dance. I totally forgot about it.
Every Friday night. It's the end of the work week. They celebrate all the money they made, or they celebrate to forget the amount of money they didn't make. They're really big on celebrating. And running over to you is a female goblin that you've never seen before. I mean, I'm sure you may have seen her around the camp, but you've never really noticed. And she comes up and she's got this little almost like business attire, like kind of a tight, not super tight, but a little skirt on. It's kind of tight against her. And she's got like a little, almost like a suit jacket over her little blouse, and she's wearing glasses, and she comes up. Hold on. Oh, hey, hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am very good. I'm Greta.
Nice to meet you, Greta.
Hello. It's nice to
Hello.
meet you.
Yeah.
Well met, Greta.
I am the greeter. We hired a new position.
Greta the Greta. Gotcha.
Well, my name is supposed to be greeter, but I told them I didn't like that, so they
Forgive
called
me
me
then.
Greta. Oh, I don't mind being called
Alright.
a greeter. I just don't like to be greeter. They sing this weird song about lovely greeter, meter maid. I don't get it. It's just very.
I think that Greta the Greta sounds interesting. I like it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's a nice name.
So,
Lovely.
this is our pleasure.
Both?
Both. Are you here to see Boss or somebody else?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, I commissioned a tower shield that I could hide my longsword inside. Like the slip of wood that you guys made for the short sword, but for a big sword.
Oh, yes.
So I was coming
you
to
didn't
see
leave
if
an
that was
address,
done
so we
yet.
could not deliver it.
Well, I planned to come back, and I just got sort of stuck not coming back as soon as I thought I would.
Oh, okay. I can take you over for that first. Was there anybody else you need to speak about?
I wouldn't mind saying hi to Patsy and Tinker.
Yeah.
Patsy and who?
Tinker.
I thought you said Seeker.
Oh, that's a Harry Potter position.
Yeah, I was like, what? Okay. So she takes you over to this area where there's a bunch of equipment just kind of laying out. Nobody's really working on it right now because there's nothing to be doing on it. And Patsy pops out of one of the tents and comes walking. And he sees you guys. Oh, he comes over.
Hi, Patsy.
And then he comes
Hi.
over and up to greet her and starts kind of pushing greet her out of the way. She's like, "What are you doing?" He says, "I got this. No problem. Don't worry. Go away." And she just kind of pushes her away. She's like, "Oh, jeez." She just starts going off. "Hey, how's it going?"
It's going. How are you?
"Pretty good. Strangely enough, my antics didn't actually get us in trouble. Actually, it got us a bonus, but whatever."
It got you a bonus?
Well, I guess a tip is more appropriate. He threw in a couple of extra dinners for the trouble of that you guys caused us. Saying something like he'd make Oshin pay later. Did that mean anything to you?
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, so you're here for that equipment? I got some stuff for you.
Okay.
He goes over to this pile, this mess of broken crossbow stocks and twisted metal and broken barrels. It's just this huge pile of just probably 15 or 20 different failures sitting in a pile. He just kind of walks past that and goes and picks up two big shields, your size shields. He's like, and he puts them down in front of you. These are the best we've got right now. They're not perfect. And I got some plans here. There's no tanker to show up. Okay, hold on. And he goes over and he pulls out some plans. He puts them down on the table. All right, see? So here you go. Look, so this one here is the one we didn't do yet because it's going to be expensive and we have to hire an artist because we don't have an artist anymore. Well, we never did. So what we need to do here, well, not an artist, but like a metal artist, an artist that does metal. So this one here, and this beautiful double wing shield that's got the hilt of a sword, and the sword is engraved into the shield down the center. So it's like as if the sword has wings, and then the hilt comes out where the wings kind of meet up. So it's got this cool little thing on the top. And so the idea of this one is that we can. The hilt actually is part of a secret sword that's inside. You could pull it out, but it looks like it's part of the shield. The problem is that may be too conspicuous. So we have two other options. We created this one, and he just holds up this kind of very plain, this round shield. It's kind of oval, actually. It's more tall than it is. This one's just like that piece of wood that you got before. But so you have to know where to pull it apart. But again, it's going to take you some time. And then it's also kind of weaker because it's not solid. So you run into a few issues there. But then this one, and he puts this one up, and it looks beautiful. It's nice curved, standard shield shape. This one's great on this side. But then, and he pushes it over, and it's basically just an indent where the sword is sitting on the inside of it. He goes, if they see it from this side, you're hosed. You'll be goblin meat. It'll be bad real quick.
All right. Well, I mean, they all look pretty good, at least from the side that's going to be facing out.
Yeah, except that one, I don't think that one, that one's going to break on you is what I'm worried about. You take a big hit to that one, and it's going to break. And this one, it just has this issue, like you always have to have it facing you. You can't put it down. Or if you do, you got to be very careful, right?
All right. And then, of course, this one looks beautiful, but I can understand your concern with the fact that the hilt's sticking out, kind of. I mean, it looks like it's supposed to as part of the design. It doesn't necessarily...
Here's the thing, though. If they pull on it, it won't come out. There's a switch, so you have to, push the switch to let it out. But, I mean, they might see this little seam there, depending on how well we craft it. And, so there's a lot of ifs with that one. And you might get stopped, even if it was just a normal shield. I don't know if decorative shields like that qualify.
I don't know either.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
So, I do have another solution for the magical front, though.
Oh yeah?
We
All right.
we have this on loan from some other friends of ours. He runs. Oh, where'd he go? Okay, hold on. I'll be back. And he runs off.
I wonder if this friend likes glitter in his beard.
Probably.
What did he mean by making you pay later, Oshin? That doesn't make sense.
I'll handle it. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, because if you need a couple of like silver and or anything to help, let me know, okay?
Maybe he's gonna have him like help out around the house or something.
Yeah, probably. I'm really strong, and none of the goblins nor Mo are really strong, so I
You are
can
really
carry.
That's true. You can carry a lot of things and lift a lot of things.
I have
Yeah.
the bracelet now, so I won't be weak when I go up the stairs. He's like,
That's
hold up his
true.
hand.
And you're strong enough to carry things up the stairs.
Yeah.
Just be very careful so you don't hurt your back or something.
That's right.
Yeah. I'll be fine. It's nothing new. Nothing out of the ordinary, probably.
I mean, isn't your day job working on the docks? I'm pretty sure you're used to lugging stuff around.
Yeah, it is.
Not that I've been watching you work or anything. I'm just figured.
No, it's fair. I work at the docks, and so does Pip. I see him around sometimes.
You start to hear things falling and being thrown around inside this hut that he went into. You know, where is this thing?
Are you all right, Patsy?
Yep, no, nothing's wrong.
Okay.
Believe
He
that
goes back
more if
out.
you were cursing less.
Yeah, well, he comes out. I gotta go ask boss. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Soxy's gonna examine the shield that's got the like pretty wings on it with the sword hilt.
Well, that's just
She's-
a drawing.
Oh, it's a drawing.
That one,
Okay.
Yeah, that one they haven't made yet. They weren't going to put the effort in unless you wanted it. That's
Got
just
it.
a sketch.
She's looking at it to try to figure out how obvious it is that it's an actual hilt.
I mean, it is an actual hilt sticking out. It is very obvious, but it looks like it's part of the weapon or part of the shield. And if it's anybody with an artistic eye would be like, okay, obviously it's part of the design. But anybody thinking it's a hilt and it's a sword, it could be a sword. It looks like a hilt. I mean, it almost looks like you're just carrying the sword, hiding the blade behind the shield, but it's actually a part of it. So it is iffy at best.
Okay.
But the idea is, even if you were stopped, the people would look at it and they'd look behind it and be like, "Oh yeah, but will the Nocturne?"
And nobody wants to mess with the Nocturne.
Nope. Not at all. Especially Oshin and Soxy.
Yep.
Nope.
I imagine we don't have the solid memory of it, but we're probably like, those are scary ass motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So a few minutes later, boss is coming out with Patsy in tow. Hey, I hear that you're having a problem. You need something?
Oh, well, no, we were just... I wanted to check on the shield I asked about with the way to hide a sword. So Patsy was showing us some of the designs, and he said there was one more, and was having some trouble finding it.
Yeah, he was rambling about something about that. I don't know what he was talking about, though. Patsy, calm down. Tell me what the hell's going on. And he goes, the glove, the thing we borrowed from, who, and, the guys, and, I don't know where it is. And he goes, I think Tinker was using it. He goes, he runs off. Okay. I see that you are perusing the merchandise. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I mean, all the designs look good. They've all got their pluses and their minuses, obviously.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's only so much we can do.
No, I know. This one's the nicest looking, and she points at the one that's got the hilt sticking out. And it'd be the easiest for me to draw the sword out of, but there's a chance the Nocturne wouldn't bother trying to look and see if it was actually a weapon. They'd just assume it was.
Yeah.
And then this one's the best for hiding it because it's fully inside the shield. They're not going to see it, but sliding the two pieces apart means the shield's not going to be as strong. And then this one looks great from the one side, but I can never put it down.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I have that problem myself sometimes. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. He kind of looks down at his watch that he doesn't have one of. So is there anything else you guys need besides those? I mean, obviously, that, like I said, that's the best we can do. I can't do much more. We keep trying, but you just there's no other options.
Can you make something that shoots water?
I mean, probably
like a crossbow that can shoot water.
We want to be able to like have a reservoir that we can fill with holy water and project it out of it.
What's wrong with just throwing the holy water?
Precision.
Longer range too. It's harder to.
You want to shoot stuff at a long range.
That's possible. Like a handheld trebuchet.
That would be a really long way. I mean, I could throw a vial of holy water pretty far, with pretty good accuracy. I don't. Maybe you need to learn to throw better.
That's entirely possible.
I mean, we could just take our money elsewhere. It's fine.
I mean, we can do it. I'm just trying to think of why. It seems so ridiculously silly. Like the kind of thing that like some company would like create a huge market for sometime in the late 90s. It seems like such a weird thing.
Yeah, and they made a lot of money on it. So
I mean, I understand that, but I mean, I think colorful children's toys is more where I'm thinking, not serious for fighting off vampires or nothing.
I mean,
you did say vampires,
That's
right?
a stretch. That's a stretch. I don't mean.
We just mentioned.
I don't remember what you said. I'm sorry.
We said shooting holy water. We didn't mention anything about what we were going to be attacking.
Sorry, and zombies or whatever. I don't. I'm very shocked at hearing what you might be talking about here. Where the hell is that guy? He looks back at Patsy. Is coming running back out, and so is Tinker. Not running. He's just walking normally. And Patsy is carrying a glove, just a brown leather glove.
What's that?
Hey, he falls down, just face first, and he's just got his hand up, holding the glove.
Patsy, are you okay?
No, I'm fine. He gets up. I'm just being dramatic.
Hi.
All right.
We're starting an improv group.
Huh.
I think you're off to a good start.
Thank you. He pauses, just like, I don't encourage you. We don't have a name yet, though, so, if you come up with something, let us know.
What will do?
Goblin improvisation.
Close. You got something. I think you're onto something there. That might work out. We'll let you know. Yeah, we'll let you know. First thing. So, yeah. So this thing here, this is a magical item we borrowed from a friend of ours. You hear a little snicker from Tinker as he comes up and hears the friend of ours part. And excuse me, I have to go punish someone. And he turns around and Tinker just starts running. And goes, he comes back. It is a special kind of glove. It is something to do with sleight of handy stuff, and it's called a magician's assistant or something. I don't know what this
is very interesting.
Yeah.
So what does it do exactly?
Well, evidently you put the glove on. Hold on, I'm choking here.
suddenly started smoking 2 packs a day for like 5 years.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mike Wazowski.
We're watching you, Kowalski. Hey, choking to death over here. Okay.
I cast resistance on him.
Oh, good. Thank you. That helps. Oh, I appreciate that. That really helps out. See, it's making me feel better already. I got resistance on what now? I feel you know what? I think I'm gonna do some meditation. Oh, that one was for you science nerds out there. All right.
Boo.
Wow.
I love that one. That was a good joke. Sometimes they're just for me. Just
That reminds me
All
of the DNA helicase one, the bio one. It's ridiculous.
so basically, the idea is you put the glove on, and he kind of looks at Soxy expectantly. Can't hear you.
Sorry, I forgot to push the pedal. She holds up her bug hand that doesn't have fingers.
Just put it on. Jesus.
All right, I'll try. And she
Whoever that
starts
guy
to
is.
slip it on.
As you slip it on, it is a magical glove, so it morphs to your hand. I'm not dealing with this crap. Hey, look at that. If we had a glove like this, OJ be in jail right now. All right. Well, for a completely different reason. You know what? We had an OJ joke yesterday. I'm gonna make an OJ joke today. Okay. I don't remember why we had an OJ joke.
That was a
yesterday.
shipping joke, though.
Yeah, that was
That
a
was
shipping joke.
Owen with juice.
Oh, that's right. Owen and Juice would be OJ. Or we could get Oshin and Owen, and it would just be ooh.
I mean, I was gonna go for Owen juice. Owen juice.
Oh, orange juice. I like that. That's funny.
Yeah.
That is pretty funny right there. This is me laughing my head off. Okay, so you put on the glove. You see, it's a magical glove. It caters to your hand. It loves your fingerling, dingling, diddles.
I punch him in the face.
Oh,
Cheese it. Just kidding. Retroactive that.
So then, and then you say the magic words, which I will not say here, and I don't remember what they were. That's why I'm not going to say them. It looks down at Patsy. It goes, I think it was I don't remember. And Tinker comes up and says, it was actually abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
And a pencil, a charcoal stick appears in your hand. Excuse me, that's mine. And he takes it. You were hiding a pencil in there?
Right.
It's the most expensive piece of equipment we have at this place. You were using it as a pencil holder? Anyway, that's what it does.
I think you could hide other things aside from a pencil. How large of an object could you hide in it?
You're like an arrow
Anything
size?
up, any single object up to about 4 feet in length, not exceeding about maybe 8 to 10 pounds, or however heavy a longsword is.
They're pretty light.
Perfect.
All right.
It's got like a pop dimension in there.
My understanding is that it just shrinks it really tiny, and then it like gets glued to the glove, so you can't really see it. But then it just appears and grows out of it. It takes a second, so if you're looking at it, you'll actually see it kind of grow out of it.
A
It
longsword
doesn't
is 3
require
pounds.
attunement. What's that?
A longsword is 3
Okay,
pounds.
so about 4 pounds. It can do about 4 pounds up to about 4 feet in a single dimension. There you go. So, yeah, something about turning it into some sort of tiny little thing, second 2-dimensional object on your glove or something. So I wouldn't read too much into it. It's magic. We should just let it go. But it doesn't require attunement, and you can, you can take it and pass it to somebody else. It is an extremely powerful, very valuable magic item. I don't know that we can recreate it. And something is bleeping the crap out of me over here. Hold on. I'm sorry for everyone that heard the bleeping.
Sorry.
Let me see here. Where the hell is that bleeping?
Roll 20.
Oh, roll 20. Oh, so you guys didn't hear the bleeping. I'm sorry.
Nope.
I'm sorry for wasting your time without hearing the bleeping.
I forgive you.
All right, there we go. Thank you for that. Okay. All right, we're back.
So, obviously, if it cannot be recreated and it's very expensive, what is the purchase point we're speaking
I
of?
got no idea. I got to figure out how valuable it really is. I understand in certain situations you might like to borrow it, but we are going to be looking for a buyer here pretty quick. But like I said, it's not something I can duplicate. It's going to be one of a kind, probably. I don't know anyone who could afford it except maybe Pinball himself to make another one, and I don't think he'd want to pay for it. So I would just take the idea that you could borrow it until we find a buyer, and then you're good to go. All right.
That sounds fair enough.
How much?
For what?
To borrow it.
No charge. Doesn't cost me anything. Doesn't cost you anything.
Sick.
Maybe help me find a buyer while you're out. I'll give you a commission.
Okay.
All right.
How much would be
And in
selling
the
it?
meantime,
I don't know.
Oh.
In the meantime, you can keep it. If somebody wants to make an offer, tell them to send it along. I'm going to guess no less than 1,000 gold minimum. The fact that it doesn't have to be attuned, that's a pretty big one.
Yeah, that's a doozy, all right.
You got it,
But
Bob.
I think the price, normally I'd say 2,500, but I think the price comes down a bit for the ridiculous name or for ridiculous activation word.
it was a bit strange.
I thought Abracadabra sounded great.
I'm shocked. This is my shocked face.
I mean, I've heard of people saying Abraca fuck you, and that's not much better, to be honest.
That one I think is copywritten now. We're not allowed to say it in this stream.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
If you can launch it out of your palm, I'm pretty sure you could say that.
Yes.
Maybe that's it.
Like a projectile tossing
Or
a long
maybe if
sword.
you were summoning some large creature that was actually... Never mind.
4-pound creature. You could hide a cat or something.
I'd be a really tiny cat.
Badger.
I meant a really big cat. A really big cat that was going to have sex with whatever you sent it after.
Like a
And
piranha.
you can say Abraca fuck you.
Launch a piranha at someone.
Piranhas ain't good. I don't think that works. Oh, you're still thinking of the... Never mind. I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about the other thing.
All right, so, so Heather to DM.
Yeah.
Which of the shields that they can make for me looks like it would be the least likely to be found out? Do I have to make a check?
Absolutely would be the wooden one that has the sword inside of it, because it is imperceptible from a normal shield. That is the one that would be the
Okay.
least likely. That is also the one that looks like that it might, if it got a serious enough blow, break.
Okay. And how long does it take? Is it supposed to take to get the shield or the sword out?
It's an action to open it and get the sword out. It's an action to close it and make it a shield again. The other one, removing the sword, is part of your normal action. It is just interacting with an object, as long as you're wielding the shield.
Okay, is it the kind of thing, the one that has the sword hilt sticking out, where, like, if she had a shawl of some kind around her shoulders, or, like, a cowl, would it cover the hilt enough to obscure it?
No. Let me show you. I got a picture of this one. Although the wings are a little different. I thought this was a little different all when I was zoomed in, but sorry, audience, you won't be able to see this one.
Ooh, that is a cool looking shield.
Neat.
Although it's more like angel wings. I posted the link if people want to see it. There you go.
Okay, so
my point is, the entire shield looks like a sword. There's no hiding what it is, but that's what makes it look so realistic to have it blend in.
okay. Is it small enough that I can hide it under my other shield?
No.
This is one of those moments where, like, Heather, the player, is like, this looks amazing and I fucking want this shield. Whereas Soxy, the character, is like, that's impractical. They will see the sword and think I have a sword.
Soxy, you have wings, right?
I do. You saw them earlier. I've got wings.
Yeah. Do you have nerve endings in this when it opens up, like nerve endings in the actual shell? Body might be creepy.
No, it's that's not the issue. The issue is that I'm trying to think, because since we made up the chitin that hasn't come up, I would assume there's some nerve endings in there somewhere.
I don't know where I was going with that. Other than you could hide a sword under your wings, under your shell.
I don't think I'd be able to close my shell, though, is the problem, if I did that. I mean, it's a good idea in theory. I have thought of it, and I've been able to hide, like, a dagger under there once or twice, sort of, but my shell doesn't close right.
Okay. Figured we're in a good situation to thinking.
All right. Well, if you guys want to ask him about some other things, I'm going to stare at the designs some more and try to make a decision.
That's okay. I think I better go explore over here for a little bit.
And then see you back at home, maybe or not, depending on where you go, because I am going to bed. That was the Tessa Tired voice.
That was the Tessa is sitting here going, sleep.
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey guys.
Night.
Good night, Tessa.
Yeah, I am also tired. I may have to call it quits soon-ish because I have to be up for work tomorrow. But damn it, Logan, you had to give me like an amazing looking sword option, or sword and shield option, but it looks like a sword. I don't know what I said that's got you making that face, but leave me alone.
I accidentally clicked a button, and I just found out that it's evidently a very, very slow fucking transition to bring up the logo. If you're looking at the stream right now, you'll see it fade out really slowly. Holy crap. Okay, I gotta work on that. Gotta figure out what the hell that was.
Since they haven't made it yet, what if you had a bug shell on the over top of your shield that's gonna went over the longsword hilt, so that from the outside you wouldn't be able to see it?
You mean like a fake chitin shell to go over the outside?
Mm-hmm. They haven't made it yet, so it's just a design.
That's true. Is that something you could do? She looks over it.
We can do anything. But you got this kind of plasticky look to you, and I don't even know what plastic is, so I'm not sure what we would use to recreate that. We'd have to get a master painter in here to paint all these weird colors.
I could talk to Syl and Lark if we want. I mean, Syl makes paints and Lark paints pretty well, so between the two of them, maybe they could figure it out.
Well, I've seen Syl paint her face. She's good at that.
She is, that's true.
Might ask about the glove. But I'll ask directly.
Alright, well, I mean, I feel bad taking the glove to borrow indefinitely. That seems a bit off, but I suppose we could always put it in the book, and then if anyone wants to borrow it, they could come find us and borrow it from our house. In the meantime, I'll just hold on to it, because if I'm wearing it, I've always got a sword with me, and it doesn't take attunement, so someone could pick it up from me and put it on and be using it immediately.
Boys.
You cut out.
Oh, I was thinking asking directly because that may go over well if I ask. But I don't know. I don't really have a use for it. I think anything that I would carry would be too long.
That's possible. Most of your weapons are pretty big.
I have to be because I'm really big.
That's true.
Unless you carried only the axe head in it, or whatever you use, and then just carried a broom on your back, and just kind of put the axe head on top of the broom.
All right.
All right. So you work out the details with Patsy or anybody else. I'm gonna go over and get Minstrel to stop playing this damn song. And he leaves.
All right. Well.
Not that one either. All right, go ahead.
Minstrel's really stepping up their game. I think it.
Right? He's got one of those 12-piece band suits on. You play every instrument just by dance.
A one-man band. A one-goblin band.
A one-goblin band. Alrighty. Well.
A gobland.
A gob-band.
Gobland.
Gobland sounds like Disneyland. Welcome to Gobland.
I guess that's true.
Although that is now what the city of the goblins is called. Gobland. Welcome to Gobland. Fucking hell.
Is that goblin for Red Iron Village or whatever?
It's goblin for really, really unedible food.
Mm-hmm. Well, did you see Chad earlier? Chad was saying we need a goblin Walmart. Gobmart.
Welcome to Walmart. Welcome to Gobmart.
Welcome to Gobmart. We have everyday low prices, and we slash the competition in half.
And then stab him in the kidney, just to be sure.
And then we cook it and sell it to you.
Right. What she said. All right. I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I appreciate you guys helping me out and goofing off. It's getting late. I know we're all thinking about bed, or
Yeah.
at least not thinking clearly enough to be doing this for too much longer. That was a very light, very mild open RP session. Very much you can go ahead and skip this type of thing, except for maybe the important parts we'll put into. I know you guys' discussion was kind of important in some places for character development, and that's usually what these are for, is for character development, and that'll help you. We'll put those bits into something important, or into one of the recaps. But yeah, we may do another one tomorrow afternoon, because Tessa is taking 2 chitlins to this thing without me tomorrow. There was not enough for me to do. It was a very small convention. Oh, we should get off the stream. We're going to get off the stream, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate you listening in if anybody's still there. Sorry, it was kind of just a light, goofy thing. It was not planned. It was just kind of last minute. That's what we do sometimes. Don't forget about Trevor Project, all the awesome things that we do, and we'll see you at RCCC next week. And we might do another one of these tomorrow afternoon, around our normal start time. I just don't know exactly when. All right, bye, guys.
Night.
Night.